sad. Hoisted on my own petard.
Don't be talking about your petards there, Paul.
Too late. Hello,
No.
cat. NASA cat.
There's a
Yeah,
kitten.
she's in a bit of a spacesuit right now.
That's why she's NASA cat.
She is. She's hunting a fly right now.
Well, let her do her thing.
100%.
You're not the boss of me.
Wish I had a less bulky GoPro to attach to her.
Yeah, I'd probably drag her around a little bit, at this size.
Yeah, she's not big enough to wear a full size for sure.
Yeah.
A little too small.
You get a real good low view of everything. Just like hovering an inch above the ground.
Pretty much. Just count her
Infinite
for passing.
Gunworks, what is going on, sir? Glad you could join us. Hopefully more than 12 seconds before you run away to play video games with your real friends. I understand. I understand.
I don't. What the fuck, man?
Ah. Paul's got something going on over there.
What? Cracked a beer.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta crack a beer. It's a thing that I've been doing for a very long time, and quite honestly, I always start the show by opening my can.
CPM also, thank you, sir, joining us this evening. What are you carrying? Infinite, was it a death match? Was it a cockfight? Who did you bet on? Did they win? Did your rooster die? Tell us the facts.
It died. He rage quit. It definitely died.
Rage. Yeah.
Chicken nuggets.
You lost much gold in that bet for sure.
Many dollars. Well, we're waiting for other people to come in.
Quite clear. It was much cold.
Apparently, these guys have surprises for me, so I'm just gonna go on ahead and say
Surprise!
I've been carrying the smock.
Surprise!
It's a good time. It's always a good time.
It's a great knife.
Oh, I suppose I have a picture of that knife. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's nice.
Easy.
Yeah, it is nice.
It could be nicer, but
Well,
it's also nice.
should I give him shit about his D10?
No, because it's better.
No. Is it wrong that I still want to finger choil one of these?
What do you mean? There's a finger choil right there.
Okay,
I don't know what you're
so
talking-
Make it a finger choil.
So, like, open it up like twice the width.
Yeah.
That is wrong. That is not good.
we might have some Dremel options coming sooner rather than later. So you just hang on to those thoughts.
I got a Dremel. Yeah. Give it a little bzz.
You stay away from my smock.
But yours.
If you buy one and then Dremel it, I'll be a little disappointed in you.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
The customs.
hey, Paul, as I'm just gonna step aside here as your boss and not a fellow YouTuber or knife reviewer. But if you Dremel one before you buy it, I'm gonna be choked.
Well, I gotta make sure it works.
Yeah,
Just
there's
saying. Joe happened to say if you buy one to do it. Like if you don't buy one, do it.
look, the order of things, not my problem.
No, this is a design that
So much paperwork, you son of a bitch.
Look, if you want a finger choil, just buy a native.
no.
Yeah, actually,
I want
that's a good
a
point.
corner
Here,
clipper.
buy one of those.
That's a
S90
great
excluded
knife.
carbon fiber NXG clip.
The-
Joe, do it properly, will you?
No, I like the Spidey clip on this one.
No.
I thought about it.
I know you did. I tried to coach you into it, son of a bitch. Sorry,
I-
Paul. We tried
all
to
good.
derail you.
I
No,
did.
It's all good.
I did notice here. You actually wouldn't have to remove that much. I guess if you're going to consider that the beginning of the grip area, you don't have to remove that much steel in order for it to become a reasonable
No.
choil.
Oh.
But even so, I mean, the handle's long enough as it is.
And if you dug a little deeper in behind where they've put that button, I don't know if you can get away with that or not, but even like
Behind the button.
where the cutout already is and kind
Oh,
of
here?
no, on the actual blade itself. Yeah, in
Oh,
there.
I see.
And actually change that to be slightly rounder instead of pushing forward. I don't know. You wouldn't have to remove as much forward if you could get away with removing a little bit behind too.
Yeah.
I don't know how much there is behind it. Is there?
You never know how much behind there is behind until you get right in there.
Oh God. Well, I forgot this guy actually has an internal stop track as well.
Stanson 357 is rocking the cold steel Oyo bun in his pocket all day.
Oh yeah,
Nice. That's a good choice. That's a good choice.
I like that.
TPM's got a Shiro Chris Reeve one-off custom division, Haiti in yellow Alutex with Van X37. Holy, there's a lot of words in there. Jesus Christ, CPM. Good for you. See how you
It's got all the bells and whistles.
Just flexing the scrubs. Goddamn.
Yeah.
So Van X37 is gonna put that one in the old bank and go check that one out after the live stream's over. That's for sure.
Just gonna say I've already got my my phone going.
After the stream's over, Joe. Simmer the hell down, will you?
I'm gonna forget. Unless I have it booked at least. There we go.
Yeah. Infinite
Yeah,
still
bookmark
hasn't
it, you
said
can tell me
what
it was
he's
after.
Infinite still hasn't said what he's carrying, as the rest of the guys in the chat. I know you're lurking. Do it up. See? There it is. How you doing, Ben? Good to see you. Oh, I was good to see you. And then I read your comment. Still good to see you. Let's start this fresh foot.
Look. Ben was kind of right still, though.
He's
So,
right.
look, if we're not here to rant, what the hell else are we here? Come on.
That's absolutely true.
So,
Ben, what are you carrying, brother? What are you carrying, Ben?
what the hell are you two carrying? Keeping me in the dark.
Who
Man, I
wants to
got a
go
double-
first?
I got a double surprise though.
Okay. I
So
can go first. I'm happy to go first.
yeah, unless you got a double surprise.
I don't.
Okay.
I think I got to copy Paul's link from the email here.
I'm keeping other things in the dark, at least for now. They might come out, but there's not a photo of them.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, Infinite, you like the dragonfly. You own multiple dragonflies. I don't care if there's no pants. You can, in the waistband, IWB, as it were, a dragonfly.
Boxer shorts, so your dragonfly.
Straight up. And
Yeah.
you can do it in style, my friend. So no
It's-
excuses. Come on. You
it's
got an
small enough.
orange one. You got a pink one. I think you got a K391. You should do some blade swapping. Put an orange handle on a K390. That's sexy. I'd carry that thing all day.
Yeah. It's right up your alley.
Oh, cardboard killing Adamas. It would. It would kill cardboard so good.
Yes. So I'm going first.
Yeah.
Is that what we
Sure.
decided on?
Sorry, I did a. I
no worries,
was
no, no.
ranting. Yeah.
Not a problem at all.
So,
I forgot. That's all.
I see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna press enter and load up this photo so that I can load it
Yeah,
up for
that's what
everyone
we
else.
So, Joe, you know I've talked about this knife. You know I have.
You son of a bitch! Congratulations.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a Predico Dodo.
It sure fucking is, man. No wonder you. Okay. So before the stream, Paul was talking about some lock stick issues and was being super vague about the hows and the whys. That makes sense now.
Yeah, I can't unlock my knife right now really properly. It's kind of jammed up on me and making me sad. What was I going to say? I've talked before in the past about wanting a Spyderco Civilian, the Cold Steel Black Talon. I was wrong. What I needed in my life was this. This is the right amount of Black Talon.
That is actually, if they made a mini tough or a tough in like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
absolutely.
You don't like the cricket? Come on, come on.
Come on, this handle's clearly better.
Well, how does it
Come
feel?
on, it's for reverse grip, don't you know?
Oh God.
It is actually, yeah. If Paul hasn't dove into that, there is a interview with Eric Lesser, and he talks specifically about his first design, and he wanted something comfortable in reverse grip. So when you put the dodo all up in there, it's actually not bad. Son of a
It does
bitch
actually
did.
fit pretty good in this grip.
Yeah.
It's funny. It fits really good in this grip, but if you want to use this thing, my hand falls right on that point, and it's
Right.
not terribly uncomfortable, but it's definitely not the most
Okay.
comfortable.
So here's the thing. We'll just get the Dremel out.
Oh,
No, I might need a Dremel to get into this thing though. But then again, it's hit or miss.
Okay,
So,
CP, CPM throwing stuff out there. Is the XL Penguin actually up on their website yet? Yes or no, CPM? Because if it is, we'll jump over there after we're done doing a review and whatnot. Because I'm interested. Go on. But
This is a warning though. Do not lube the tang of your ball locks. It doesn't do good. It's bad. Don't
so
do it.
question for you.
So
Paul.
I want my ball lock to be a sticky ball lock, not
Uh-huh.
a lubey ball lock.
When you rotate your knife, do you not get that kind of clearance open? Because that has a kind of a forward choil. How bad is that? Yeah, okay. I was gonna say if you had like a really skinny pencil, you might still be able to get in there, but
No, I cannot. Yeah, I tried.
Mm.
Yeah. I was trying to get in from the back, actually, in the ball lock, and I broke the chip off my pencil.
So
trippy.
live stream on August 7th. Paul notes to Joe that he does not have a skinny pencil.
There you go.
Continue on. Documented. It's
That seems like a good thing, right? I feel confident in that documentation.
I wish this was alcoholic. That's
yeah. Bottoms up, boys. This is just energy drink.
Yep.
Just wired and sad now.
I mean,
Yeah. I'm sad, but faster now. Excellent.
oh,
Okay,
All right.
that's super cool. Thanks for keeping me in suspense because that's a super sweet little find.
yeah, I was excited to come across one. I never thought I would.
Yeah, no shit. Hey, these are pretty hard to come by.
All right. The lasty but not leasty going on here.
And again, I kind of kept yours separate so I wouldn't accidentally see it. So give you a sec to pop that
It's
in.
all good. So the big thing, it's not a huge secret, but the knife I actually popped up was the Spyderco Persian 2.
Yeah.
Scored one of those, got a good price for it. It's fancy as hell. It's got some collector value. All good, all good. Now, what I didn't say is to Paul is that
They're very nice.
Cyclotron lives, sir. Cyclotron lives. I realized after I had the conversation with you, that it was one of the things that I had picked up from my parents' house on their wedding anniversary this year and had 2 or 3 boxes of childhood things that were left behind. Now, on live stream, I will like you to say, I have Cyclotron right here. He will become part of the backboard because this son of a bitch came out in 1986 and we were talking about G.I. Joe figurines, and I don't care. It's pop culture is what it is. So this bad boy here, but on live cam, if I can get it to focus, I hope I can. But Paul, it still works.
Looking at this picture of that toy, I'm sure that I had one too.
And
I'm
the
sure of it.
face. Now, the best part about it, and I might share that in a future picture, but the hand that grips his faceplate, and that's like the one hand that's holding up, can actually reach through a Spyderco hole and actually grab the blade. I tried from a couple angles to hold the Spyderco through the hole.
Nice.
And couldn't get it balanced right, but I'm not done. I'm not done with Cyclotron. He might become a recurring theme
I like
on
it.
the back. Yeah. So
Cyclotron isn't done with you.
while we're doing it,
I feel like you get some sticky tack to stick his feet down, and you'll get.
Yeah.
You can overcome it.
he's got multiple appendages that are very old. His hips work like mine do, if you know what I mean. It's
I do. Imagine they work something like mine do.
Oh yeah, Ben, I like your idea. We should change that account to Cyclotron's Reground Bailout.
I'm into it.
I'll start action figuring out the bailout in different locations. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I'm gonna get a lot of questions on why I have an action figure.
Is it an action figure in your pocket, or you just happen to see me?
It is an action figure. And no, I'm not happy to see you. Fantastic.
Now, long
Job and
lost,
What up?
long lost the faceplate. So
Okay.
I don't know if that's possible, but John Nickerson, happy to hear. I did catch your chat earlier. I hope
Yeah,
that
man.
comes up in discussion because I'm wondering what you were chatting about. Don't be shy, brother. Happy you're here with us tonight. And yeah, I know you love your action figures. Talk about a man who has got a G.I. Joe collection. Impressive. Impressive to say the least. Yeah. He helped me track down my Slaughter Marauder from my childhood as well. So
Nice.
cheers. Cheers, John. Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1986, that son of a bitch came out.
I really wanted to disassemble this thing right now, but I feel like I'm going to lose a ball bearing if I do.
You're going to lose a ball bearing and you're going to lose a subset of springs. You're not going to have a good time.
And I'm going to say at least 2 to 4 viewers.
On that note, we should probably start
They're not
talking
here
about
for
the
me.
knife. But those are some
So-
sick finds. Jesus.
Anyway, yeah, Persian too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, cool little score.
That's a nice looking.
Was
I
it not a
wouldn't,
part-
I wouldn't trade it for a Cyclotron though, for the record.
Now I know what the part 2 is. I've caught up.
So, all right.
Mini bug out.
Mini Bugout. You got pictures? Put that shit up.
I do.
Come on.
Oh, they're there. They're there.
Oh, that delay. Blame the delay.
No, that was like just bad timing. So, yeah, I mean, this totally unprecedented move by Benchmade, right? Kind of blindsided everybody. No, this was. I think most people kind of saw this one coming.
I'm pretty sure.
You're pretty
You
sure?
are you?
I was just agreeing. I
Okay.
couldn't remember if it was this. Was it this one we predicted, or was it the full size S91 that we predicted?
I think it was the mini. Because once the full size came out, we're like, okay, but where's the other one?
Yeah.
I think was everyone's reaction at the time. We may have also predicted the S90V variant, but I think that was more Dennis saying, if I recall correctly, just because of his 940. So, well, this one did so well. Like, why wouldn't they apply this formula to?
I remember like just being like, they need to make a better version. They need to make this an S90. They
Oh,
need to make it an
I think that was,
M4, blah blah blah.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think that
I
was
think we all
definitely
kind of-
a similar sentiment people had.
Yeah, a hashtag long term goals, right? Like it's yeah.
Yeah, it took them how long for this thing to come out? Anyway,
Hey man, they were selling S30 ones forever. Why would you make things hard for yourself?
why would you cannibalize your own sales? Yeah.
And I have to ask CPM, is it the focus on the picture? Because the Benchmade, the logo did get a little fuzzy when I was trying to do some editing on this one. Or is it just the fact that a mini carbon fiber S90 Bugout makes your eyes hurt? Just curious. We do have some other pictures. I do have to once again say hello, and we can do a quick size reference. We don't really have to do a huge size reference because it's a mini Bugout. Everyone knows what a mini Bugout is. But I have a quick size reference, and also have to give out a shout out to Mr. Bunny, because Mr. Bunny likes to hang out in the same spot. And as
yeah, you're
as the
Photobomb.
seasons change, as the tides, the moon phases go by, as the
Nice.
color coats, so does Mr. Bunny.
Yeah.
And he likes to chill underneath that same set of trees over there. So
good for him.
I feel like he's taken too long. By the time he's going to change, he's going to be changing back.
I will say, this is August. You got some weight on you. You gotta speed things up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick like a bunny. Or maybe even quicker, apparently.
Like a bunny, but faster.
Pretty much. It's cute.
So, yeah, carbon fiber S90 Bugout. Yeah, it is the same knife. CPF, you are correct, sir.
Hey man, Ben likes his carbon fiber.
As you should.
Yeah.
I don't know about getting a regular one, sir. The thinness behind the edge, CPM. This platform really is asking for S90. It really is. Like, there's a reason that I had to Frankenstein one that was good enough for me to own without actually customizing one. And Infinite, I really appreciate you going black coated blade M390 just so I could jump on the S90 train. But John, missed your birthday. Not sure it was in and around this time, but you asked my girlfriend, sir, on how good I am with birthdays, and I apologize nonetheless. Cheers, man.
Yes,
Happy
absolutely.
belated.
I barely remember mine from year to year.
Yeah. We'll have
And
to make
Ben,
up for it.
Speaking of the Kruben Fruber, yeah, it's not bad on this one. It's got some good. What did you call it, sir? Chatoyance?
Chatoyans, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my Chatoyans.
Oh God,
Kicked me right in my chatoyance.
I will. I'll do it.
I wanted to bring up this other animal-based size comparison where you're comparing it to a dragonfly. It's really not a big knife. This is very mini.
And again, the regular mini Bugout, I think, yeah, he's not a bad platform. But this is 0.1 of an ounce. Is that what we figured compared to the plastic one?
0.1 ounce difference.
0.1 of an ounce heavier, but that's also because they do no skeletonizing on the carbon fiber. It is just straight sheets of carbon fiber, therefore also adding reinforced rigidity, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was laughing at what Ben said about putting carbon fiber into our website and actually getting search results. That's amazing.
It's a terrible Easter egg. Thank you for the.
I will have to thank our web guy for that, because that's awesome. That's not an accident.
Oh, he put in carbon fiber Benchmade, and I assume he got Benchmade rights. But
And then CF probably led him to it because our web guy is also good for connecting those dots type of thing. But just for a quick record here, unless Paul, you had something.
I did not go.
Yeah. Sorry. Just specs on it. 2.8 inch blade, 6.5 inch overall, 1.62. I think it's 1.5 on the nose for a mini.
So that blade length,
Plastic handle.
to answer CPM's question, why get a mini Bugout when regular Bugout? The blade length. If there is a legal requirement that you have less than a 3-inch blade, This might not
Great
be a
option.
halfway bad option, to be honest. Maybe you hate Spyderco natives for some reason, and you decide you still want S90V and Kruben Fruber from an American manufacturer. This isn't the worst option. For the record, I do agree with you though. Given the option, I would go with the larger of the two. I think that's for me just a preference of ergonomics, though. It just feels better in my hand. But
and as a reference point, as far as feeling better in your hand, I just had to look up because I saw Paul laughing, but I had to look up a mini Griptilian just to see reference size because it's a 2.9. Mini Bugout is a 2.8, but you jump to a 2.81 with a plastic handle, 2.81 ounce for a mini Griptilian. Compared to a 1.6 for a carbon fiber, 1.5 for a plastic handled one. Then some fools put titanium on it because they're fools and take your 2.8 ounce and be like, bah, here's what I think about that. I choose to carry the equivalent of a surge in my pocket.
Look, we were talking recently about pocket bricks, the new EDC trend.
New EDC trend?
Well, look,
it's not trending, Paul.
That's probably for the best.
Don't tell anyone. Don't make it trend. If I swear to God, if this trends, I'm coming for you.
Nice.
And CPM also is making a point about Benchmade's pricing, but that's Benchmade pricing.
It is what I refer to on this channel as Bugout pricing.
Their entire lineup is Bugout pricing now?
Is based off of Bugout pricing. And if this is how much I get for a Bugout, everything has to base off of plus or minus Bugout pricing. And if I can get $200 for S30 with plastic handles and anodized backspacers, then I can get more money for other things. It is what it is.
Too, with that.
It is. Their customer service is pretty good. I've heard inconsistent things. I personally have had good experience.
I've sent emails and not gotten responses. But I've also not sent emails as follow-up being like, hey, I'm here, I'm a person.
I've sent emails and I've gotten responses and I've gotten parts. I've also sent emails, gotten no responses, and still gotten parts. I've yet to send emails and not get a response and not get any parts. But it's been several years since I've used the warranty system.
I had to bitch at Kershaw once to respond back after a week or so. And it was pre-apocalyptic jargon. So yeah. Anyway, mini Benchmade. All that good times.
It is indeed a mini Benchmade.
The grip length on these two looks about the same if you include the Dragonfly's front choil.
Which you should, really.
Absolutely, I think.
And yeah, they're very similar. Again, this is good for people who like smaller size knives. That's the best thing I can say about it. It's not uncomfortable to hold. With the Dragonfly, well, with a lot of their knives, Spyderco tends to, on some of their designs, make choices where your hands need to fall in order for the knife to be comfortable. It's like that's the most polite way I can say it. At other times, they do really basic curvature where it's going to be comfortable for most people. So they're known to do either extreme. With Benchmade, specifically with the Bugout, they have not deviated from that at all. This is a very basic knife-like pattern.
It will fit everybody.
Yeah, there's nothing really risky here in the handle design. For better and for worse, right?
Yeah.
They stuck with the lanyard hole being where it is in the backspacer, which makes sense because they kind of locked themselves in with the big version, but
the only thing I don't like about both of them.
And yet I can understand why they did it with the Kruben Fruber. Gonna end up with something a little bit stronger with the aluminum, which, okay, fine. Do either of you really find those types of lanyard tubes, or at least the way Benchmade does them, to be uncomfortable? Because I've heard people complain, but at the same time, I can't hold that knife in a way where it's like actively uncomfortable.
Well, I can't stealth grip it like a dodo. I mean,
Sure you can.
the dodo wins every time, man. And I was doing some quick math on the finger choil, edge length versus blade length, dragonfly versus mini Bugout. You get 0.1 more handle on a mini Bugout compared to a dragonfly if you include the finger choil. The Bugout still has it beat by 0.1 of an inch. I know we're metric, but I didn't use it.
It's okay.
I used their website. It's
That's-
Imperial.
That's okay.
Imperial bastards.
Prefer
Anyway,
it, to be honest.
I'm sorry to our American audience. I just had to go on a rant there.
Mhm.
Also 0.1.
Yeah.
I want to throw up a thing of note. I mean, it's the one thing. It's Paul took a pic of it, but
Oh yes. Yeah.
this was the
back
biggest thing I
faces.
noticed. Yeah, this is the biggest thing I noticed on this knife.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Surprisingly difficult to get this picture.
Yeah.
They
And
did not want to line up properly.
And it seems to have been the only physical change, really, aside from like shape, or aside from a scale, rather.
Yeah. So if people are curious, wondering, so on and so forth, the mini is the one on your left screen there.
Yes.
Got a little cutout. Little beginning, middle, and end.
The weird thing to me is if you look at that knife closed, you can see the gap between the blade and that cutout. And I don't think the cutout actually needs to be there.
Okay. But
It
You
guarantees that you don't touch.
especially for dicks that like to do a drop shut on their knife and maybe force it beyond its tolerances sometimes, depending on what's going on, something in the hey, blah, blah, blah.
And before people ask, oh, wouldn't the stop pin prevent it from closing all the way? No, it's the axis bar that actually does that. So actually take a look. If I have the axis bar over and I squeeze the blade, it holds that axis lock in place. And when I loosen my grip, it comes forward. So yeah, that could actually be a concern. You might be dinging the inside of your aluminum backspacer otherwise.
That's fair. You got me there.
But I mean, on the flip side to all of that, you could be CRKT.
You could. You'd be making more money that way.
And then these dings would also happen, but over time, gradually, to both your
You know,
backspacer and
The
your
only,
blade.
for the record, the only knife that I have that actually dings the inside of its backspacer if you close it too hard is a buck. So
Yeah, that's because you didn't buy many options like a Bonafide or so on and so forth that do those things on a regular basis. Things we've reviewed on this goddamn channel. Go back and watch, Joe.
watch my own
Boo
content.
this, man. No. Just
You'll note that I do not own a Bonafide.
anyway, not the only model. It's just the one that came to mind.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
How much deflection are you going to get out of a blade as light as the mini Bugout, though?
Blade deflection, like on closing,
Yeah, like shaking it shut. Like how much of it is actually going to...
without actually taking it apart, I couldn't tell you.
Okay,
You
so
wouldn't think it'd be much.
Here's my theory about this whole thing. I've been thinking about this for several days, and I think I'm onto something here. And I didn't get you to take a picture. I was hoping you would take a little more of a spaced out picture, but you can see in the picture we're looking at right now at least one set of screws on the mini in particular. It's not sticking out that bad. The other one was pretty flush as well on the other side. The screws aren't bad. You know how we talked about, let's see.
The 940?
Or 940-1 for that matter. Don't know if you can see the screw sticking out from there, but you probably can because it's a terrible thing. Yeah, so this is now Benchmade's new method. You have to make the tip of the knife fall into these parameters or you're fired. Like,
You know, when he's right, he's right.
It could very well be. Yeah. This is where you line up. And if you're not lining up, you're doing it wrong.
Well,
Take
Benchmade
more
centering,
time.
that explains why the groove is as wide as it is, right? It just allows for that much off-centeredness.
I can't wait to see this on more models because it will just continue to make sure Benchmade centers motherfucking blades.
Yeah.
Because you can't off-center them to the point of scrapey when you've got a groove like that. And if you
Kidding.
fall within those parameters of what I'm looking at right now, and my blade is within that, I'll live. I'll live with what I'm getting. Yeah.
It's also going to highlight if your Benchmade knife is even the slightest bit off, and you have a backspacer like that, it's going to stand out even worse than it did before. So maybe this will keep them on the straight and narrow. Get it? Straight, narrow, centered.
It's a narrow knife, EDC, carry, finger guns.
Yay! Dennis got in on it.
No, I'm just trying to save what you're floundering on.
Hey, let it die. Let me die with it.
Do it quieter.
It's part of our channel. You got two other guys here.
Do it quieter.
Do it quieter.
Oh, rude.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything ruder than telling somebody to die quieter.
I can think of a few things. I'm not going to say them on stream.
Fair.
I'm not sure if Original Factory burnt down. I thought maybe parts of it did. Not sure, Dick Richards. Gonna have to deep dive on that one. Not 100% on what's going on with the Mora
Yes,
Factory
yes,
or the
exactly.
history.
Oh, Mora.
Yeah.
Probably no.
Okay.
Anyway, that's the biggest thing of note. My theory is that there is a Benchmade boot camp, so to speak, and this is your test.
I mean,
Oh, look, it's a
Maybe
Benchmade.
some. But yes, it is.
you did a good job of whoever took this picture of highlighting the swedge and the bevel from the flats.
I hate this knife.
Hard-
Like, as
hard
much
to
as I
get.
love this knife, it's to show off the like all at the same time is a bitch. It's a bitch.
This is why you need to have your flashlight in one hand, your camera in the other, and just try and angle it just perfect.
Listen, Joe.
You've mistaken me
know
for a
what-
man with two hands.
I don't know where I was going with that. I just
You've mistaken me for a man with two hands. Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm finding it really difficult to talk about this knife, to be honest. Just aside from the fact that, like, it's a good knife, it's solidly built, but I don't know. I feel like this should have been a release alongside the rest of the Mini 40, or sorry, the Mini Bugout lineup.
Wasn't it like they did the mini Bugout and the S91 the same year, right? The full size S91.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see them not wanting to poach their own sales for the S30 versions the first year, anyways.
of course.
That's
Of course.
most companies kind of do that.
We're gonna have a conversation about marketing. Yeah, the CF Elite did it first.
Yeah.
And then that was a tank, and they were like, okay, well, here, carbon fiber. We may or may not rush this, depending on the time frame. They didn't rush. They didn't rush anything. It's fucking August.
Yeah. kind of bullshit. Not gonna lie. Kind of bullshit.
Okay. In Benchmade's defense,
It's kind of bullshit, right? So.
I'm a bad defense lawyer. No, I was gonna say they dropped bomb after bomb in the last month or so.
Yeah.
And whether you take bomb to mean a good thing or a bad thing, I will leave that in your choices, sir.
A little column A, a little column B.
But I'm saying. Now, Paul, I mentioned to you over the weekend that I had tried the Breezer because it's a rum drink, not a vodka drink. And I tried the pineapple and it was delicious. And I had not tried the orange one yet. But for the record, the orange one tastes exactly like a creamsicle. I'm not even goddamn lying. Do not give this to children. It's a terrible idea.
Noted. I forget which one you had that was tasted just like an orange pop.
That was the Jaw Drop.
Okay.
Is the Orange Crush one. This one is orange creamsicle, and holy cow, like there is like not even a comparison. That is what it is you're drinking an orange creamsicle. And it makes me feel fantastic. Yeah.
As it should.
Probably.
Okay.
Anyway, mini Bugout.
Yeah. I'm
What
not
else
gonna.
we got on it? I was gonna say.
Okay, so they're sticking with the thankfully very thin stock thickness. It's like it's a 0.1 inch, right? Like a 2.54 mil, or is it 2.2 mil? I can't remember on the blade stock.
Blade thickness 2.2.
Okay.
2.28. Yeah. 0.09. So
to Mr. Fisk here in chat. Hello, sir.
Well, hello.
Long time no see. You missed a cat.
hello, good sir. He did miss a cat. He'll have to go back. He'll watch it for the 2 minutes and then probably leave again. Picked up rare Spyderco's, both me and Paul, to catch you up as well. You can't invent a hole, but you can put one in a knife.
That's a wonderful slogan. Spyderco needs to have that underneath their sign at their new plant. Just... you just can't.
I'm into it. I want that on a shirt.
So who else is producing S90V blades this thin? In decent available quantities.
I was going to say, they go to Europe.
That's a different question.
Yeah. And CPM might be a different question as well, on whether it's a CPM S90 or whether it's just an S90 kind of S90.
Is there S90 S90? I thought it was also CPM S90.
I don't know. Good question. But some of it says CPM that's overseas and some of it doesn't. And I wonder why.
Yeah, but a lot of Benchmades just say S90V and they are all CPM too.
As far as I know, it's all S90. I don't think it came from anywhere else.
It's all CPM, you mean?
Yeah.
I hope it's all S90 because that's what they're putting on the blades. But
yeah, unless you're buying a
what is the CRKT? We're back there again? Jesus Christ.
No, it's a
Bark River? Come on. We'll be there. We'll be there.
So okay. So right, I forgot about this. S90V used to be CPM 420V, and that was proprietary. So there was nothing that came before them. Like the formula wasn't copied from something else.
And 440V was S60.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the scheme of all
that
of
tracks.
the things. Yeah.
Good marketing, getting away from the 420 name though. Oh, dodged a fucking bullet with that one. All the budget knives we made with 420 high carbon. Yeah.
What are you carrying? Go watch this story. It's kind of humorous that I asked.
I haven't seen yet today. But yeah, okay, so outside of like higher ends, for around the same price point or less, and outside of Spyderco, who else is working with S90V at that stock thickness?
Manly.
Okay. Manly, and I thought there was another company who was doing small S90V folders, and now I'm drawing a blank on them. But it may have been 20CV.
But I'm going to keep that under my hat for a later date.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what BTE, the native or the little native is, but I bet you it gets pretty goddamn slicey with the S90s.
That's what I'm saying. Spyderco does a pretty good job with their... the PPT was hella slicey.
I just replaced the battery in my calipers. I can look right now.
No defense for Benchmade. I think they stopped caring.
Fuck.
For defending themselves, I honestly do. I think there's a lot of companies that are just like, meh. Megford.
Point
and
5
for the record, who ever made that meme of Egg Medford. It should have been Megford. Like,
Megford, yeah.
that writes itself. God damn it.
Leon Ma's using S90 apparently.
Yes. His stuff isn't exactly what I would call affordable, though.
No, nor. Actually, I've never handled an actual Leon Ma, but his CRKT model is not exactly like a thin blade stock.
No. So, for the
I bet you
record,
the hollows are probably better on a custom version. Yeah.
native is 0.52 mils behind the edge, roughly 0.02 inches. So, pretty thin behind the edge. I think the
That's
Bugout
all right.
might actually be a little bit more slicey. I'd have to measure it to find out, but
yes, anyway, regardless of S90 needs to be slicey. God damn it. Spyderco South Fork, probably the BTE is probably goddamn thin as well.
Yeah.
And the sprig, I don't even know if they make it anymore. I kind of kicked myself. I should have got a sprig because I bet you that would beat the crap out of a flyway. Anyway, we'll get there. We'll get there too.
We'll get there.
I want to like that knife.
I want to like a lot of things, but
yeah,
I'm a dick. So
it's like we're a bunch of curmudgeonly fucks, so that's all right.
Anyway, I think we're gonna wrap this one up here, boys. Do you have anything to say? I mean, okay, I will pop it out of the box, popped it open the first time, flipped it closed the first time, smooth, centered, blah blah blah. Like this knife more than I thought I was going to. There's my overall statement. Pulled it out and was like, damn, I'd own that. If I didn't own this right here, and someday we will cam footage the box, because Jesus Christ, I got it set up to the nines here. This would be a contender, but I hate to say it, it's not going to kick out a mini H&K Access for D2.
No,
that's what it would go up against for me. And you guys can go
that's a fair statement. Losing, because that's a great knife. What the fuck was I going to say?
I don't know.
I was going to say something. It was poignant. It was on topic, even.
S90 mini Bugout?
No, I was going to say, you were talking about the drop shuttiness.
Yes.
And this smaller blade dropped shut out of the box nicer than the original full-sized.
100%.
Significantly.
Yeah. The CF S90 full size was actually kind of rushed and sticky, and I think Benchmade could have done a better job of it. This out of the box, I've played with 2 now. Could have played with 3, probably should have played with 3 just to check them over, but both of those ones were centered and drop shot, open shot, minimal play, hint of play, but yeah, take what you can get.
I believe that minimal amount of play could also be played out. Like if you took the time to disassemble it, retighten all the screws, you probably could get that thing dialed in.
I bet you it's a matter of taking out the stop pin screw, resetting it with Loctite, and it would probably drop shut just fine.
Yeah.
So
take out both sides and readjust.
My final thoughts are, if they had launched this before 6 years, 7 years, whatever, we've been working on a Bugout now. If they had launched this 6 years ago, they would have got me to buy a Bugout probably the first year that it came out, or a mini Bugout with this. If they had launched CF full-size mini exclusive gold class, blah, 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 in this with S90 and had thrown up this platform as a, every once in a while they do those blue classes where they're not like a gold class, but they're like a gold class level of collectability type of thing.
Like this, although the Nakamura designs are kind of like that.
But especially the wood inlay version. What the hell was that thing called? Wasn't the Bigumi? But any one of those,
Say things like the mini Griptilian with the gray wash on the blade. Or like the wood titanium grip million, as it was wanting to be nicknamed, and I think Benchmade fell short on that nickname a couple different ways, but anyway. So
what was the nickname? Sorry, I missed that.
The grip million.
Oh.
with the wood titanium 20 CV brass, blah blah blah. It was a nice mini grip Jillian, but
The name sucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
If they had done this 3 years ago, 4 years ago, went boom,
So
big size. The same year they went out with the minis, you were talking about killing it. But if they had it went limited edition gold class, full size mini, blah, 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 buy them in a pair, people will pay fucking $1,000 for the pair of them that they would have paid $600 now just buying them individually or whatever. So
I don't think you're wrong there. Limited edition would have been the way to go if you were to announce them at the same time. And then you could come out with them at a later point and go, they're a little different.
exactly.
They're not worth as much.
It's not an S45 forest green 2. I don't know what you're talking about.
oh boy,
Oh,
just about killed Paul there, but
that G10 was worth
times
all the
tonight.
G10 was worth all the collectability. Yeah, but Joe almost got you on the first time on that one. I hope
Yeah.
Fisk realizes that I'm carrying the 31 just so he can bitch about it. But this knife is awesome. I don't care what you say. All the weren't doesn't take away from the Q&A from Chris Reeve or Tim Reeves, what he's doing right here, because solid work. And I've played with 21s. I've played with 21s for a decade before I got to play with this one. So
are you saying this one's better than a 21 or on par?
it hasn't changed, sir. It hasn't changed.
so there.
Z-Snap.
Debate
And
over.
we're-
Mike.
No, the debate has only started, Joe. Come on. Do you realize what I've done? This is how black holes happen.
Only opening statements now. Come on.
Shit, no kidding. I guess that just leaves me, honestly. Kind of like I said, I find this knife kind of underwhelming to talk about. If you have had a mini bug out for a long time, and you've wanted an upgrade, you just wanted nicer materials, you wanted some S90V in your life, this would be a fantastic upgrade if you love your mini bug. I can't think of honestly, carbon fiber and S90, I can't think of a reason to tell someone to not get this knife over a standard S30. It's a great piece.
Price?
Price
No,
is
but if they're
limiting
looking for an upgrade, I'm just kind of assuming that they're looking to spend more money for a nicer knife. But yeah,
If
the
they
price is a little high, but they're buying Benchmade. They know the price is going to be high.
If they're looking for an upgrade from their original bug out, they're already suckered in. Let's move
Yeah.
on.
No, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. It's a well-made knife, but
I think a lot of the stigma of buying a Benchmade as far as the QC is going away. Benchmade's QC, and I think this knife is a good example of it, is Benchmade's QC consistently is getting better and better over the last 5, if not 6+ years.
in some ways, very much so. In other ways, there's other things that I'm noticing that I didn't notice 5 or 6 years ago. That, and not specifically with this knife, it's with another knife that we'll probably talk about in the future. But
all right.
But when it comes to things like centering and things like that type of idea,
absolutely, all day, and the screws that aren't sticking out into the blade space,
yeah,
all that stuff.
They earned the criticism that they got online. I really do believe that Benchmade, it wasn't disfounded. Short of heat treatment on blades, go F yourself straight up. Here's a middle finger for y'all who don't like Benchmade's heat treatment on blades. They've been spot on almost everything that I've ever played with, short of being a bad burn from a factory edge where a guy didn't know what he was doing, and within one sharpening that M390 was back. I'm just saying.
Outside of their initial run of
specific,
3Bs, but
that was the numbers were right.
the numbers were
They
correct. They just did
No, the numbers
3Bs?
were shy as well as being soft. Not only did they claim soft, but then they were even shyer. They doubled down on that bullshit. Yeah,
fair.
but on
That's-
their, I will admit, yes, the Puka was a goddamn fiasco. But
the
many,
reputation from there, though, once they implemented their fixes,
And even other steels before that. I think they just had a hard time with
M4.
3V, and they didn't want to admit that they were having a hard time with 3V. Because
Yeah.
everyone was using 3V, and DBK challenged them to come out with a good knife, and then all of a sudden, Puko, Luko, and it exploded because of the DBK boys. And it was the Bushcrafter before that, because that's the knife that actually put DBK on the map. Was when they did the Bushcrafter video, they
When they broke the
exploded.
tip.
Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is.
So Dennis has opinions on Benchmade seat treat. But
opinions on
I don't
everyone.
think
Their M4, their S90, their crew wear has all seemed to be right
Their
on.
G2, their S30, their 154. Like it's the list goes on. Yeah.
Benchmade's 154.
I like CPM comment in chat there for you, Dennis.
I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that for sure. Sure. I've made the running joke that I wish their warranty department was as good as their QC department was as good as their warranty department, because you'd never get a bad Benchmade. Their warranty department and their service department is absolutely phenomenal, but that needs to be the guy at the end of the conveyor belt, fucking putting knives in boxes. Yeah, straight up.
And look, for the price that Benchmade charges for knives, they should already be at that point. It shouldn't be an additional cost to give us good QC with a Benchmade. Like,
no,
these are pretty pricey.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
scores.
Shots.
This gets 3 mini bugs out of 1 outhouse.
Outhouse.
No, you're looking for odd ratings.
This is a positive review.
I don't think I agree with anything that's just happened here.
I can't make a good system based on puns and Bugout.
I was going to give it 533 out of 1,000.
Oh,
Maybe even 533 and a third.
That's a C minus, dude.
I was gonna say out of 1,000. That kind of.
Wow. Thanks, Nigel. Jesus fucking Christ.
The knife is great. It's my enthusiasm that's fairly low.
It's your enthusiasm that takes it.
Well,
God.
Fisk is here, so you got to check your enthusiasm. Check it.
You know.
Check it. Anyway.
It's not a 7 this time. And it's probably not a fair assessment. Now that you're calling me out on it. It was mostly a pun that I was trying to make.
Okay, but is that your enthusiasm, or is that your enthusiasm for it being an option on the market?
It seems like a great option. It like Dennis was saying before about it surprising him out of the box. I didn't expect to like the knife as much as I did. I picked it up and I was like, God damn it. Like, I already want the full-size one, and I want to do handle swap on it.
Well,
so
yeah.
I don't need to.
If they had given us this as an early option, again, it's for an ultimate bug out for what you're looking for people who like the bug out platform. I think if you don't want a full size and you want to go slightly smaller, I think this is the one. There's no contest. CF Elite, blah, blah, blah. You're already overpaying. You're already overpaying for a regular bug out or a regular mini bug out for that matter.
Yep.
Might as well get one that cuts like a demon with the S90 and weighs nothing. You can drop in your pocket and be like, wow, I got a knife when I need to.
I think it's a great option for a lot of people. I just don't know if it's the right one for me.
If my enthusiasm wasn't clear on this, I think that both this and its full-size equivalent with the S90 are the absolute best iterations off the shelf of a bug out. I know Dennis likes the aluminum handles. I know he does.
You had an outhouse in your scoring. That
I know.
comes at a complete
But-
surprise.
Yeah. Again, I was trying to make
And-
a pun based on the word, and it wasn't
Yeah.
happening.
I will also mention that the stock version of the aluminum, the M390, the red barrel spacers, the whole 9 yards of the aluminum, still tops this one. But
I guess that comes down to personal preference between S90 and M390, but
well, for me, it's no longer for that. It's handle, and that
don't agree
handle
with
is the
this.
nicest bug out handle they've made so far. Not just
Yeah.
what trumps
The aluminum?
everything. Yeah.
see,
Yeah. That's why I want to get the carbon fiber one and do a handle swap.
I like
want my
the
carbon.
you like the micarta?
I don't know CPM. MagnaCut running soft. Their M4, man. Go check their M4. Their M4, they got dialed. And I'm not saying they might have MagnaCut dialed out of the box, but if they stick with it, they got their S30 dialed.
Look.
Even Chef Kalari admits that as Benchmade's S30 kicks the crap out of Spyderco's even. He's put up videos.
Oh shit! Nice.
Straight up, man. Like, and he kicks the shit out of Benchmade any chance he can get. Cheers to that. I had to stop following him because of the whole COVID conspiracy garbage. Anyway, but man doesn't pull punches when it comes to knives. That's for sure. So
That's true.
No,
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah, I think if and when Benchmade gets their hands on the cut, I also think they're gonna do good with it. Mostly
see.
because Laren is pretty forward about the heat treat protocols to get it at that high hardness, and if anyone has the facilities to do it right, I think Benchmade's got that kind of in the bag.
And if anyone is keeping pulse on what is going on social media wise, watching, is it Medford right now with MagnaCut?
No,
That type of thing.
I'm in the dark with that.
58.
Anyway,
Ooh.
if this is what you might be throwing up in posts about what you might be heating your MagnaCut to, and people already being up in arms about it, Benchmade would be a bitch and a half to follow suit, man. Like, seriously, pay attention to what's going on in the knife world and
What
get it
the
right the
hell?
first time, because if someone already is botched about this, everyone else should be taking notes on being like, okay, if we're going to release this, let's run it. Let's run it proper. Let's run it for knife guys, not for Walmart guys.
Yeah, no shit, eh? Like, properly heat treated, MagnaCut should be as tough, if not more tough, than M4. Like, let's keep that in perspective too. So running it soft does not do you any good. Looking at you,
CPM
tactile player.
talking in chat about Medford trying to defend his.
What's
58 platform.
what's tactile running that?
They're doing it. I think 60, 61, which
Okay.
Laren did provide two different recipes for two different ranges. One was like, hey, if you want to run it softer for a little bit better toughness, or a little bit better ductileness, a little bit better flexibility, you can do that. But then here's the optimal heat treat where you're getting the best cross section of all these different attributes.
Okay.
And that's
Chris Reeve running their MagnaCut at?
I don't know actually. We could check their website though.
The other reason I ask is because I had the option and I turned down a tactile turn because I didn't actually like the knife itself and I didn't want to get caught up with new steel, blah, blah, blah. So I turned down MagnaCut not too long ago, right? I brought it out a couple times in chat just for a bragging feature that I turned MagnaCut down just to rub it in your all faces. But
That's
I think
fair.
maybe that was the right choice as things are coming to light, right?
Well, here's the Rockwall, which is the MagnaCut, one of the MagnaCut knives that Tactile Turn makes. Yeah, 6061.
Okay.
So
infinite best comment of the night so far. Chris Reeve is running MagnaCut at 7 years wait time at the moment.
yeah, their wait times are ridiculous.
Who cares what the hardness is? He's going to have something better by the time he gets the
That's-
knives made.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be a new steel, new
Pretty
era.
much. No, there's a way.
Magna Cut will be the new S35 and everything.
Yeah. Chinese knockoffs are going to come out with Magma Cut. And
Yeah.
Magma Cut. Oh,
And a Wiccan bitchin' like flame paint job on the blade.
They better have laser beams. That's all I'm saying.
Freaking laser beams, even.
Freaking laser beams.
Okay, apparently their Magna Cut is being run at 63-64, so Chris Reeves is going for the high hardness heat treatment. Holy shit.
After throwing up wait times like it's nobody's business, he better throw that.
Yeah. To be clear, dealers who have already placed their orders are going to be getting their orders sooner than 4 years from now. It's just if you were to place an order today, or 7 years, or however long it is, that's how long you'd have to wait as an
It was
individual.
4 to 6.
Where are you getting that information from?
There's a YouTube video where Tim Reeves is talking about the way the back orders are actually working. So,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I missed the part of the back order.
okay. So basically, if you've placed an order, like say XYZ company had already ordered a bunch of 31s and they were quoted like a year from now, they'll still get them
Okay.
in order
So-
in the timeline.
If, example, a reputable Canadian retailer was quoted, 8 to 9 months, and then it took them 17 months just to get 31s, that 8 to 9 months timestamp is still something that
Still-
he's going to honor. Cool,
It's
cool.
Apparently,
Cool story, bro.
apparently, it's a pretty tentative arrangement. Kind of touch and go.
And
But-
yeah, they won't be affected by the new wait times. That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Hey, I'm still happier with an 18-month wait time than 4 year.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no shit.
But when we're talking 4 to 6 years, is it?
Well,
It's
Eight
6
to nine,
years.
8 to 9 months was 17.
now this is assuming that they don't do any factory expansions in that time,
I'm not bitter.
and this is assuming you got your 31. You can be happy. But well, can you? Yeah, exactly. I think it. I don't know how much hope I want to place in this, but I'm thinking that as a company, they probably have a better hold on their actual timelines now that they've seen how long it's going to take them to go through these kinds of numbers. I'm hoping.
Is it like Spyderco hung on to their timelines?
Spyderco
Um,
timelines.
Yeah.
That's
that-
an oxymoron, but
I love being a YouTube reviewer that asks awesomely vague questions, not to infringe myself.
yeah.
They're also Spyderco specifically is rebuilding their building, right? To better supply product in theory.
Yeah, I mean, they also have to build the road in front of it so they can be fancy. They got a whole
Well,
new
they're
block
taking an
that's all
entire
theirs.
block. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed part of that. Some of the audio was cutting in and out.
Oh, they're hiring plumbers instead of knife makers. That's what we're saying about Spyderco right now,
Yeah, they're
because they've
building
got a
new building.
new building,
Yeah.
new block, new lines, new road, new intersection in Colorado. All of those things have to happen. So it's not just making knives anymore.
Yeah.
Realistically. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that sums it up for the mini bug out. Anyone got topics? Let's hit some topics. I
You all
had
got
so many.
topics?
I had so many topics last week. Paul, you better have a goddamn topic.
I absolutely do that.
I will stab you, topic face.
Let me check my
You
sticky
you
notes
do
here.
have topics. That's the worst part. Is I know you and I actually talked about something that Joe doesn't even know about, and it was a funny ass son of a bitch thing that we happened to see this week, and now you forget what it was.
What thing? Give me a hint.
Okay, Joe. Here's a thing for you.
Okay.
Go to Spyderco's website.
Oh yes, that thing.
It's a stupid thing, but it's funny.
Yeah, that's a stupid thing, but it is funny.
All right, gonna pop that screen up right here.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Well,
for sure.
what am I looking for?
Yeah, you're looking at the fantastic Delica.
I'm looking for the Delica. Okay, just
Yeah.
searching Delica.
Yeah, just type in the word Delica and you'll find a
Mhm.
Delica flat ground. You should click on the Delica flat ground.
The C11F. This guy here, the purple.
That's the one. That's the one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That is the-
And you noted that it was purple, right?
Yeah.
So when you
bright purple
go
handle.
to that knife, take a look at the color options, sir.
Sure. Everything but purple. All right.
Ta-da! That was my silly but stupid thing that I
Aw.
noticed.
No, that makes me
Now,
happy.
I don't know if purple's just not available right now, so it's not in the drop-down menu, or if it is a blurb on Spyderco's part where they still have this purple one up, but it's no longer a viable option in flat ground, and maybe
No.
you can only get it in saber ground.
FRN fiberglass reinforced nylon handles come in new vibrant tones, including blue, green, brown, gray, and purple. But
Now
fuck you,
again-
you can't select it.
Now, again, that may be just because purple is out. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I noticed it last week, and the best part about it is the image is the one color that you cannot get, sir.
That is hilarious.
So
Yeah, no, I
That's-
enjoy that. Thank you.
that's one of my nuggets for you. Yeah. It was
Awesome.
good stuff. Made me laugh. It's kind of like flashing up an orange dragonfly and then being like, yeah, fuck it. Like, it's, yeah, like,
You don't get shit.
yeah. Go talk to Justin. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Too excellent.
Terrible.
Oh,
Anyway, that's a good one. That's a good one.
It is funny.
good. It's good.
Another good one, because we were on the Benchmade topic tonight. Did you know that the mini gold class Osborne drops in 2 days?
Oh, really?
No.
So as far as what we might be talking about next week, probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we'll see. It's an interesting thing when it says 2 days, 21 hours, 33 minutes.
I mean, we might.
Damn, son, 700 American is not a terrible price for a Benchmade gold class.
2 hours, 21.
So did you
Yeah.
say 2 hours, 21 days?
Nope.
2 hours. No, he did say that. That's awesome, but he meant 2 days, 21
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
2
Hey,
hours,
this energy
21 days.
this energy drink isn't doing shit.
No?
It's not a good sign. Not a good sign.
72 days in the wilderness. It's,
Just sat
For the
there
rec-
vibrating.
for the record, that's how long the guy from the last season of Alone lasted to win the prize. Spoiler alert. But
Only 72 days?
72 days, man. That's not the record on Alone, but
No,
that
okay,
was
that's
that was this season was 72.
good for him.
Not bad.
The rest of everybody else kind of bitched out pretty quick, huh?
Food can be a bitch sometimes.
Yeah, that's fair. You ain't got no food. I'm going home.
So,
I can't find blueberry pies in the forest.
and yeah, you can buy a Shiro for that. Yeah. I always talk about how much a knife is worth and the comparable options that you can get for the same price. And that conversation will probably come up whenever we review this knife.
I
Yeah.
can believe it. So, okay, and going on what's too expensive, look, if you want good cutting, like if you wanted S90V, we talked about it earlier. The Wasp is an
Buy a
F90V.
wasp.
Like,
Buy a wasp for $80, $100,
Good God.
$120. Jesus Christ, man.
this is not a hobby to be efficient with your funds.
Wait.
past the $200 Canadian point, whatever that is, American, like 150, 170. Like,
I know Paul has been breaking it back out over and over again, but Jesus Christ, man, this knife does not get enough credit. Like,
yeah,
It's
And-
been left-hand pocket carry for the last little while.
anyway,
Nice.
Joe,
Scrapes a good
I cut you
label.
off. Yeah.
No, it's all good. I was just basically saying in this hobby, the point of diminishing returns comes pretty early. You're paying a lot for design and you're paying for fanciness really quick. So I don't know. I can't really for as so long as it is well executed, and most of the gold class stuff seems to be. I don't think 700 is a bad price either. For the record, I'm still kicking myself for not getting the. It was that gold class frame lock that we had before I started, and it was there for about a year and a bit. The starts with a P. The Pinnacle. That thing was cool as shit.
The Pinnacle? Yeah, it was the Pinnacle.
Yeah. So is that gold? I think that is.
Asking if the back facer is gold.
I think it is actually gold plated.
Or is it actually gold plated?
I think it's gold plated. They might say in the description.
I thought it was gold titanium.
No, gold plated.
It is gold plated, yes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Justin's liking it, apparently.
This photo of it.
It's about the same price as a HOTAS, too. Maybe even less.
Again with the hot ass.
Come on, sometimes you need a hot ass, Joe.
All right.
Heated seats are a thing, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, that's a good time. Anyone else? Anyone else got a topic?
I had a sticky note, and I can't find it. So maybe not today for me.
You guys suck. Both of you guys. Jesus Christ. I am not coming up with a topic next week. You guys better entertain my ass all night long.
Topics every week. Come on now. But yeah, I got no problem having a topic for next week. I just didn't this week.
I just chose not to.
That's not something I chose not to. I just didn't.
Okay, something else that you all know about, and we can bring it up briefly, but Tops Cockpit Commander Fred Perrin. Did we talk about that last week?
I think we did, yeah.
We talked about it a little bit, but do you know more information about it yet?
No, I don't. It was just on my list and I couldn't remember if we actually talked about it. We'll move on from there. The other thing was the Kaiser knife that I mentioned with the access lock. That knife was called the Drop Bear.
Yes.
I don't know why it's the Drop Bear. I will double back to last week because I didn't know. I was just like, hey, look at that Kaiser access lock.
I did remember this.
Drop bears.
So
I don't know why it looks like a koala. I don't think it does, but
we actually have
a better name than koala.
This is actually something I wanted to bring up. I saw this at work today. I want to say that I saw this earlier in the year and thought, oh, okay, they're going after Benchmade. It's Hogue and their fixed blades. We'll come back to that because first I want to look at the drop bear because they might say why it's called the drop bear here.
Nah, probably not. They're dicks.
They're not saying
now, John Nickerson in chat was mentioning an adjustable access lock. I didn't know what he meant about that. If he is still in chat, I would love to know what you meant by that term.
Well, this is what you can adjust the springs.
Oh yeah, the 5-digit tension thing. It was this thing. We talked about it last week. Never mind. All right, John. I'm on the same page. Yeah, I just talk about a lot of knives every week, and it's hard to keep up sometimes.
That's true. Yeah, okay. They don't really say drop bear, but okay, it's a drop bear.
You're a drop bear.
No, Hogue. They've got some Hunt series shit of their own, apparently.
Orange Cerakoting it up and everything.
Yeah,
and
M4 though.
Ooh.
Yeah, but here's the bigger ooh. Do you know the stock thickness on this fucking thing? So first of all, it's a 62 to 64 Rockwell with M4, 0.094 inches. That's a measurement we heard a little bit earlier tonight. It's a thin ass boy.
What's the goddamn price point on this knife?
Okay, so MSRP is $190 American, which means you will find it for cheaper, generally speaking.
But we're looking at $250 polar bear dollars, give or take.
Just about. Yeah.
God damn, that's not a bad price.
The only kicker.
Can I get it in something other than the orange and the black G10? Is there any other variant?
We
Or
could
is it
look.
just gross?
We could. I
Can
haven't
I
looked
just
at.
order gross?
Yeah. Your option
Let's
is
look. X-Track. There's an all black version for the same price.
Yeah. Hey.
Now,
I hate all black, but it's better than that
the
bullshit.
the only kicker, that's what you get for a sheath, is this little crappy blade guard, which kind of plastic retains itself. It's a pack knife, not a belt knife. Now that being
I
said,
don't care. That is a paring knife, fucking knife sheath.
yeah,
Like, I wouldn't want that in my kitchen, let alone in my bag.
But again, for the price point that they're asking, and that's US MSRP, you'll probably find it cheaper, like Joe was saying, Blade HQ, so on and so forth, Knife Center, blah, blah, blah type of thing. American retailers will get that knife cheaper, and that's what you're cutting corners on.
so
it's like when Buck comes up with an S35 blade that has a garbage sheath, that's what you're paying for. With
So,
the Paul Boss
on-
S35.
on
I
that note
understand,
as
but
well,
they molded the sheath for this thing. They physically
Yeah.
made one. They could have molded it in just a pancake flat style sheath, like the.
they're going for the ultra light backpacking.
Ultra
This
Edge and
the
stuff
whole
like that.
thing, all in, this thing weighs 1.9 ounces.
This
I'm not,
mimics
I'm not
Benchmade.
suggesting you add a bunch of extra weight.
This is like making a Ritter Griptilian. Shut up, Paul. Oh wait, no, Hogue didn't do that. Oh wait.
They did.
I didn't say that for the record, Hogue. Joe did.
Just
Throw you
yeah,
under
You're
the
both
bus.
sued.
fucking
I didn't
yeet.
say nothing.
No,
Yeah,
I said the right words not to get sued. Joe's not the one. Anyway,
that's all right. I ain't. Okay, but given what this thing is and the price they're asking, it's cool as shit.
Yes.
Might I also note the fucking flyway costs
on.
damn near the same thing.
hang on. With M4 and G10, what's the blade length?
3.3 inches.
Oh, and what's the handle length?
Handle, they don't give him overall measurement is 3.375. Or sorry, 7.375.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a 4-inch handle on a 3.3. That's money. That's a good ratio right there for
Yeah.
sure. For a field dressing knife, that's fantastic.
Yeah. It's a little scalpel.
Yeah, it's like a steep country.
Just
I
better.
want to look up a steep country because I'm super curious.
It's 1.9 ounces, bro.
1.9. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking up a steep.
It
I'm
weighs
on it.
It's a Bugout.
What's the well, obviously I can't believe we haven't said this, but like isn't this directly competing with things like the the altitude?
Slightly bigger. What's the blade
Yeah.
length?
3.3.
Okay. And what's the weight?
1.9.
Yeah, it's scalpely. And what's the overall?
7.375.
Okay, so it's actually a hint smaller than the steep country. Very, very similar, but just a hint smaller, 0.2 smaller than the steep country in both
I wonder what
handle
an
and
altitude
blade.
is in comparison, because this seems like an altitude to me.
That's kind of what I was meaning.
I'll look up altitude, but I think this is bigger than an altitude.
I don't know, man.
They
That
don't
little
have
box-
altitude on Benchmade's website because
No,
they're
they don't.
assholes.
Fine, off to Blade HQ it is, because they usually have pretty good measurements. We're gonna look up the orange and black because why not? Bastards. Okay. So overall length 3.
7.38.
Yeah, so it's damn near the same. Blade length 3.08, so a little bit shorter blade.
Compared to 3.3. So it's halfway between a steep country and an altitude.
It's a longer handle and a slightly shorter blade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And
yeah.
probably the same weight. What was the weight on an altitude?
But with M4 versus S90, but also $100 cheaper.
Yeah.
The weight is 1.67 ounces. So not even a half ounce difference.
Okay.
So
And
here's
a-
sure. Yeah. Now here's the thing. You get a you get a more full handle. You get more traditional handle slabs, so something that you can actually get a good grip on and use for other things. And it's M4. It's going to be tougher than S90V. So even
Yeah.
at the similar geometry, you should be able to push it a little bit.
And
That's
it's
super cool.
And it's American made.
Yes. Yes.
Just for those assholes.
They're both American made, right?
Well,
Yeah, that's
American
what I mean.
made,
That's
so-
what I mean as far as the comparison goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure all American made here. I don't think Pogue produces much overseas.
Hand honed edge.
All right, gentlemen.
Hand honed.
That is good. That is good. I like it. I like the clip point. I like everything about that knife. I really do.
Yeah.
The orange, I think maybe, I don't know, black. It's if they had done orange G10 with orange. Oh, I would have been so in.
Orange G10 with orange Cerakote?
Yeah. Would have been so
Just orange all over.
Just orange it up. Orange it right up there. Right up there. Or orange G10 with black blade and then vice versa.
Actually, that would have been
And
nice.
then one with one or one with the other. I would have been down with. Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway,
We know
yeah.
you do, CPM. We know you do.
Yep.
Anyone got anything else?
Nope, that was the one thing I saw this morning. I'm like, oh, I gotta remember to bring that up, and only remembered by accident.
Oh,
So-
and Paul already mentioned that he's got nothing. So we'll end on one good one. It's a good one. I sent you a link to it.
Hmm.
There is a better link, but I couldn't find it. I could only find this one.
Okay. Paul, stop that.
Hi, man.
You
Getting towards the end of the stream.
Oh.
I'll stab you both.
God damn it.
Oh,
All that energy drink didn't do shit. Okay. Oh, so what the hell is this, Dennis?
Unsleepy the sleepy.
You know what that is.
Yeah.
So you know what that is.
That's
because
cool.
I bought one.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, there's this like Jerry Fisk big ass Camillus Bowie that I bought all up in the business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That thing's light
What
as
are
hell,
we
too.
looking at on the screen right? I'm just seeing Camillus's webpage, but no actual
if-
knife on it.
You click on Camillus, and then there's an OVB series. I thought that link was going to take you right to the actual knife.
It did not.
Apparently, it did not.
So there's the OVB Fisk Bowie. Is it the CF0301 or the 201 that you have?
It's the 301.
Okay.
The 201 came in different handle styles and was a 7-inch blade. This guy is not a 7-inch blade. This is an 11 and whatever the hell it is.
11 and a quarter?
Inch.
Yeah.
Jimmy Cocoa Puff. This thing's meant for dicing and slicing.
So I remember we looked into this before. I added those steels to my favorites list here so I could bring them up again.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. I was hoping.
Yeah. So what's interesting about this knife in particular, and I'll just quote the steel chart app here. Originally, Cold Steel was using Sharon Steel 0170-6 steel under Carbon 5 name or Carbon V. After Sharon Steel went bankrupt in '88, the original steel is still available under a patent. New one had to be selected eventually. So now this is the modified version with removed nickel that became the new version of Carbon V, 0170-6C. So this was the latest iteration of Carbon V that was available, which is wild because Carbon V is this weird steel that like pops up here and there.
So again, produced in 2003. So
Yeah.
we're looking at 20 years old. Scored it for a quarter of the price of what you see there for the Polar Bar dollars. So Jimmy Cocoa Puff, even without the teeth, and serial numbered out of 750. It is serial numbered, but I didn't know how many they had made. So that's fantastic.
What's your number?
MMIII, apparently.
I see.
So whatever that
Roman
is.
numerals?
I was gonna say, is that Roman? Yeah, okay.
Is that 200 and 203?
I think that's
Is it
200.
M100? I have no idea.
2003 in Roman numerals is
Oh, it's actually
MMIII. So that's the
The
date
date-
of birth.
1,000. That's the date of birth. Maybe it's serial numbered with the packaging or whatever else it did not come with, because I straight up just got this knife by itself. It did not even have the sheath or the box. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, damn, son, I
Yeah.
love me some Jerry Fisk. So
This, and it doesn't look the same by any stretch, but this very much reminds me of why I want a Laredo from Cold Steel.
yeah, I don't want a Laredo nearly as much because I own this knife now.
Yeah,
Like
they're-
fiddleback maple, everything about this knife is just, oh, it's lively. It's this Jerry
Absolutely.
knew what he was doing when it comes to the art of the slice type of thing.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I want the
There's-
Laredo. Right? Is for the same reasons why this one's nice.
There's bowies that are made for splitting wood and chopping with. And then there's bowies like this where you hold it and it's just like, oh, that's for Moida.
Now here's the interesting thing here, and I don't know if Joe has it up on his app or readily available, or Paul, whatever, right? But they were talking about Carbon V, and because of 2003 and when this was made, it was in and around the same time that Camillus was making cold steel knives with the Carbon V. Those who don't know, all of the Carbon V, Carbon 5, whatever you want to call it, was being made in the Camillus factory. Those were one of the few American-made cold steel knives that was actually being produced, right? So, yeah. Now, the cool thing about this is if you actually compare these things to a very common steel that we all know and love is 1095. If you have those steel charts available, and even if it's 1095 Crovan, you'll actually notice that there's some very, very close similarities between 1095 Crovan, Carbon V, and whatever the hell this steel is. Hang on, it is a 0170-6C carbon steel. If Joe has any of that knowledge available.
The differences between the 1095? Because I'm just noticing here that they actually list Carbon 5 in both iterations, so I'm trying to figure out which to compare them to.
I see.
Look it up by the other name. See if it comes up under it's the name that Dennis just called it.
But
So
I know,
0,
yes, the
whatever.
0170-6C.
Yes.
That's not quite 1095, but I know if you take away the C on that, which was an earlier version of Carbon V, because me and you were looking at that, right? So if you look up 0170-6, as far as a American-made steel,
Yeah, got that here.
it is 100% identical, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but 100% identical to 1095 Crovan, which is apparently trademarked by K-Bar.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I do remember us having that discussion now.
Now the 6 was the C version was, a more basic version. But yeah, straight up, Joe has on his phone right now, 1095 Crovan -6 without the C.
Yeah. And
now,
it's funny.
Camillus evolved. They also evolved their steels, and they came up with a variation of 1095 Crovan, which had the C. They called it 0170-6.
It's just a really cool piece of info, man. Like, goddamn.
So trademarked by K-Bar is a steel that Camillus has been using for 20 plus years more.
Under a different name.
It's a trademark steel by K-Bar.
And it's funny because
for those who don't know.
Yeah.
So that background political history, I'm sure dives
I was gonna
deep.
say, I wonder if that was a backroom handshake deal of we're gonna use it under different names.
It was a backroom hand something.
Yeah.
So here's and here's the thing: 1095 Crovan was developed by Sharon Steel as well, so it's all the same manufacturer. They're just
of course it was.
Yeah,
it was developed by them 10 years before they called
Yeah.
it 1095 Chrome.
They're just
Yeah.
changing the name. That's all
They
it was
changed the
at the
name.
end.
I bet you they're just trademarking the name for that steel, honestly, rather
Yeah,
than like trying to.
So, long story short, this knife has 1095 in it.
Yeah.
A slightly better version of 1095, but 1095 nonetheless. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's super
that's
cool.
a Jerry Fast custom. And on top of that, and I couldn't find a picture of it to save the, but they have, Camillus has our very best Sendero, which is Jerry Fisk's smaller little fighter knife that he owns. And they do it with the same steel and the same maple and the same guard. And god damn it, I want it as a matching pair. On that note, government mandated break. Someone else take over for a couple minutes here. I'll be back in two.
Sounds good.
Oh, we need to.
Paul's frozen again.
Yeah, we need to wrap it up here.
Yeah.
I have a gremlin to disassemble.
A gremlin, not a dodo.
It's a little gremlin. The dodo is a little gremlin. Let's be honest here.
It is kinda. So, do you own any S-curve knives aside from that guy?
Intentionally?
Yeah, sure. From factory where they
I don't think
S-curve.
I have hawk bills, but I don't have any S curves.
Oh, okay. Because I don't know if Stennis does either.
Yeah, but this is, like I was saying before, this is the exact right amount of civilian matriarch.
Oh, my cat's about to take out the 3D printer. Sorry.
Yeah. It's all right. I'll just keep everyone entertained by myself here with my dodo. You're welcome, guys. Welcome back.
Yeah. For those of you who stuck around at the end, here's my cat. Silly little things trying to cause destruction.
How much is this going to come flying apart when I take it apart?
It shouldn't. So my experience with the ball locks is pretty limited. I've only disassembled the Phoenix before to do what was once a purple anodized. It's not bad. There's actually not that much tension in place, and as long as you disassemble the knife slowly with even pressure and keep the pivot stem in place as you're lifting the scales apart, you should be okay. You shouldn't really have too many problems. I would still advise doing it in a bucket, just to make sure, like a little Tupperware container or something, just to make sure shit doesn't bounce around.
Does the is the spring plunger not? Is it?
So
it's not in there anyway. Once you open it up, it goes flying out.
You should probably look up Spyderco ball lock disassembly because they have several online. Whether it's the Phoenix, whether it's the Manix, whether it's a Dodo,
That's fair. I was trying to keep our viewers entertained while you were gone.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
These older style ball locks, I wish they would bring this back. I know that people like having the cage, but they can go fuck themselves. This is the proper way to do it. Where it's weird.
Just don't put oil on it.
Just don't put oil on it. Yeah. Okay, so very, very, very small thing. You know how they have aftermarket cages for the Manix's ball bearing system?
Yeah.
You can get them in aluminum and titanium, both metals that will gall against moving steel parts. Does anybody ever use those and actually have you heard any feedback from anyone who's purchased any one of those? Because it always just seems like such a bad idea.
I know one person that had a titanium bar for their Bugout to get grooves worn in it, which is kind of similar.
Yeah. And I do know one person with Manix aftermarket parts, but I don't think we're going to communicate on how the wear is happening, nor would I expect him to fully understand the comments that I was making in the first place. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Fair enough. All right.
So what you're telling me is that plunger, once I take the scale off and the ball comes out, that plunger and spring are going to fall out as well, right?
There shouldn't be a crazy high amount of tension. Yeah, you should be fine.
No, but what I'm saying is it's not a contained system.
Oh,
It is going to
no.
be apart.
No, so what's kind of interesting about the
I've been asking that question for 5 minutes here, Dennis.
has he been? That's good.
I've
The
been
way
trying.
this, yeah,
I've been wording it wrong apparently, but
Evidently,
Joe
yeah.
likes to mansplain, so he'll
Oh,
work away
100%.
his way around it.
I just want to make sure you come away with a good understanding and that I'm not not misexplaining something. But yeah, so the actual anvil on the top section here that the ball rests against, kind of like a backstop, it's
Yeah.
curved. So that's the only reason the ball doesn't fall out the sides is it's it's curved. It's gonna hug that thing and keep it in place. On that note, I wonder. I haven't actually tried to do
I
it on
think it's
Phoenix,
gonna
but
have-
he
you,
hasn't answered my question yet. To be honest,
I think it's going to have
the.
about the same
I did
tension
answer
that a
it.
lockback is going to have when you take it apart.
I hold on. I
It's a
said pretty fucking directly. There's not a lot of tension on these components. Once you get it disassembled, it shouldn't just burst apart. I think I said that. A few times.
imagine you're going to
But-
be
Yeah, but
working
that wasn't
with.
the question I was asking then, Joe.
Then
That
what are
was
you
not my
asking?
question. My question was that plunger system a self-contained sealed unit or not? And you started talking about the cup at the end of it, and I was confused as to how that was an answer to that other question.
Yeah, because the cup is separate from the spring. Is separate from there's no linkage on the inside that keeps it together. It's not that complicated. Once it comes apart, each
I got a metal
component
piston
will fall
as well.
apart. Sorry.
There's a metal rod that's coming out the bottom of my cup for sure.
Yep.
That's going into that spring, and I
Yeah.
can't see any farther into the knife to have any other information than that.
So what I was going to say is you might actually have better luck taking the pivot out and just letting the blade come out of the handle. Kind of like how you might disassemble an axis lock if you're just going to do a quick leaning on the blade.
Okay.
Yeah. That
Okay.
way,
Yeah.
the ball's probably going to fall sideways out the handle when you do that. Do you have this kind of clearance? This might be hard to see.
This is totally a conversation for not now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You might be able to get that blade out and then have
You
the
were gone,
ball
dude.
fall out the side of the handle.
Okay. I don't know
That
if
might-
I want that.
If that might just be an easier way of getting tension off of the ball without worrying about components going zinging.
I mean, you do want to try to avoid ball tension if you can.
You want to avoid ball torsion.
That too. Like none of those things sound appealing.
With good reason.
Like let it flow, man. Let it flow.
I still can't find my original note that had my topic from like a couple weeks ago, so I'm gonna see if I can find it for next week.
It's 9 o'clock anyways. Like it,
I think we're at that
Yeah.
time. You
Yeah.
can take a week and try to find it.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll let Paul come up with another topic while he's at it. But either way, cool score on my Paul, sorry, your dodo. Also Persian 2. Might be looking at a Persian 1 because I realized what those are going for lately. Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Yeah, might have a matching pair just because Ed Champ does believe in having a knife in both hands. And that's not a direct quote. That's just, I'm pretty sure that's accurate. So,
Yeah.
That's fair.
Also, Jerry, give me a
Makes a hell of a
Sendero.
Bowie.
Give me a Sendero, you son of a bitch, because your small one is one of my favorite knives of all time. But yeah. And then wait, there was a mini bug out that we talked about, wasn't there?
There sure was.
Yeah, we should thank the Cutting Edge Cutlery Co. for having a mini bug out in their store that we can order and buy. And I hope it's on the website. God damn it, it better be. If it's not on the website, I'm going to stab our web guy. Let me tell you.
Right in the teeth.
I'll see him in a couple weeks, I'm sure.
It'd be weird if you didn't see him in a couple weeks, if I'm being honest.
Like if I type in the words bug out.
I
if
was
it's
just
not
going
up
to the
there.
website to look, yeah.
Oh, it's not? Is it? Oh, it's up. It's not the first thing that's up. You son of a bitch.
Did you put in
Oh.
mini bug out or did you just put in bug out?
I just put a bug out. It still should be the first thing that comes up. It's the newest bug out, whether it's a mini or not. Gonna have words. We're also gonna have words about a 31 and getting that up on the website because Jesus Christ, 4 years is too long to wait about for this son of a bitch of a knife.
Yeah.
Anyway, Yeah, thanks Cutting Edge for having mini bugouts on your website that people can order, because it's a pretty awesome version of a mini bugout. If you want like one mini to do it all, fantastic. Hey, buy this one. Because we don't sell manly knife wasps anymore. That's really what it comes down to.
What if we could?
Yeah, Manly folded their Canada outlet. That's a topic within itself, but yeah.
We should do a generalized discussion about North American knife making. I think there's a lot to unpack.
It's a carry on.
And to Ben's comment in chat here, we have a pretty strict timeline of Christmas 2023. I think we've been quite clear on that the entire time.
We did call it a Christmas miracle, but thankfully we did not specify the first year around, so
give us a little way.
And on that note, thanks Patreon guys. Like, we straight up, we love the fact that you're supporting us. We can't thank you enough. 100% of those funds are going back to a thank you for sure. When that happens, apparently Paul set a timeline. I mean, I didn't set a year, but again,
I keep saying it, and it's becoming truer and truer by the day. That's all I'm saying.
It's like affirmations. You just got to put them out in the air, right?
That's it.
And other social media things.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram. There is a greater than 0% chance that at some point in the future I will post something. Probably about a giveaway.
Yep.
It may or may not be a giveaway. Yeah.
May or may not. We'll see. We'll see if we dip below that 1,000.
I got things back there for giveaway. Yeah, we've been hovering. It's fine.
We've been consistently staying above, to be honest with you. But I'm sure that is contingent on the fact that I sometimes post things.
Good times.
Yeah. One day it'll happen.
So I just clicked on the Pokey Factor just to see what was going on. And for the record, 1,000 on the nose, sir.
Oh, there you go.
No more, no less.
Yeah.
And our last post was May 24th. So glad to see we're active with the community.
Oh my. All right. Noted. I should probably post something at some point.
How many times have you sent pictures to Joe, Paul? Or vice versa?
Significant numbers. I don't know
Enough.
if I can
Go and count, but yeah.
well,
Since
no.
May 24th?
There's probably a backlog. There's probably a substantial backlog.
There may or may not be a photo bank.
I could also resend photos for the record, so let me know.
They're in my emails. I haven't deleted them, Joe. I don't delete emails. What kind of savage am I? They live there forever.
Come on, he's trying to give me an excuse, dude. You're not helping him.
No, I know. I'm
tried
just
to give
wallowing in it now. Just getting comfy.
All right, gentlemen. For the record, I have gone all August as well with a Sebi. Sebenzabunny.com. It's not a website, it's just a hashtag. But
I'm gonna be really honest with you. I thought you said you had a semi, not a Sebi.
Semi all August. Jesus.
When it comes to one knife, 1 month, I probably will be rocking. It doesn't. It's all my right hand carry stuff, my Roma, my Thug. They're gonna get played with on Sundays when I got the box in front of me, because EDC wise, the Sebi takes precedent for a while now.
I think that's the right choice. It needs to ride front and center for a minute.
For a minute or two. So
Really.
All right. On that note, gentlemen, thanks for joining us. We will see you again next Sunday. I am who I am. I'm Dennis Fibers.
I'm Aaron Joe.
And I'm XL.ca.
Thanks again for joining us, guys. See you next time.
If they came out with a gold class carbon fiber S90 4 years ago, would you play the same price as waiting 4 years for a Sebi?
Sure.
No.